Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Today is an absolutely fantastic, wonderful day. Why? Because it's one of those days you wake up, you see something, or hear something that makes you feel good. That's what is wonderful. And just imagine, if you could, how everyone could feel that way every day when they awake. Well, anyway, the reason that it was so fantastic is because the last two posts I made, one was confession is good for the soul. I took a moment and did some confessing to you, the people. And the first major thing that I mentioned to you is that I had failed God. Okay, my second post was how and why have I failed God? And I took two parts of the message to share with you that I hope you would get the information. Now, I don't know whether you did or didn't, but that's what happened. And then I wake this morning and I go to my internet and I'm watching some stuff being posted or reading some of those posts. In one post, I saw a Jamaican girl who was stating the message to those who are coming or want to come to America, what they call it, for the American dream. And she wanted to inform them that there's no such thing as the American dream, that it's a trick, that America is nothing but a plantation. The whole plantation system of yesterday is the thing that's happening today. You're talking about an American dream? You think you're going to come here and spend a little time and all of a sudden you will have a life? No, my friends, they have said that the way the system is based and designed is that you got to work your whole dead blasted life with a little liberty, maybe 15-minute breaks, an hour lunch, and maybe a week or 2 week vacation. But other than that, you got to work every day because you got to meet a mortgage if you got one, or you got to pay rent if you got someplace to live, or you got to buy food if you want to eat. You got to buy gas or transfer a car if you want to utilize those. Everything is constantly working and working and working, and all while you're doing it, you're working for somebody else, just like the plantation. The guys on the plantation, the sharecroppers, you working for the guy who owns the farm, the plantation. And so what you're doing, you're working for the people who run America. The billionaires, the trillionaires, those are the ones that who are satisfied with the way things are. And this, my friends, is the reason I spelled as best I possibly can to you that we have the problems in America. Because everybody wants to be satisfied, and in many instances, very few are. And so everybody else is dissatisfied. So you got jails and prisons and policemen and what do you call it? National Guards and military forces and air forces and Marine Corps and navies and all of this to force people to stay in line. Ain't that something? That's the reality. Actually, do this until you are dead. So where's your American dream? That you didn't have to do all of this and then sleep on the ground? That you didn't have to hustle like come over? Well, they used to do this. This is one thing that was involved in making America great again. You see, the blacks in America used to, especially in the South, and I'm sure everywhere else, used to work for little or nothing. Legislation has been passed since people come along and complain, be waking up and say we're tired of this, and changes have been made to the extent that those that were reaping all the benefits now have to share a little bit more of the benefits, and they're upset. And what they have done in the past is, rather than increase wages, they would bring in Mexicans and other people from places where they were really poverty stricken, and pay them the little wages that the ex-slaves of America, or still slaves of America, refused to work for. Same old game, same old game. And it was so beautiful to say it. It was so beautiful to hear somebody else say it. You come to this country and you work your life, your whole entire life, just to do these things. And what made it so great to me, ladies and gentlemen, is that I have shared with you that according to the original plan, now I'm not talking about this plantation plan, the original plan is that everything is free. Everything is free. You say, how is that? I said, well, let's start with, first of all, the main thing. anything that we would make a use, the resources, they are absolutely free. They were here when we got here, and they will be here when we're gone. And we didn't grow them, they were here. Free. Who would benefit from it? We the people. How would we benefit from it? Those who got skills and who got skills. Every last one of us come here with a skill. Come here with something to do, to participate in the process of causing those things that will be essential for the best life that you can live here in heaven. It's done by your hands, and nobody can say, I'm above you, I'm below you. No, baby, we work this together, and all things belong to all of us for the purpose of dreams lived. Oh, man, that's so simple. But that plantation idea that she's telling the Jamaicans, watch out for. It's nothing but a plantation. You're not coming to a land of freedom. You got to come into a place that you be obedient to. Yes, my friends, I can think of one other person. In my experience of this, was a young lady from Mississippi. I think she was from Clarksdale, Mississippi, somewhere in there. Her name was Simone Adams. And she was well aware of what's going on. And she was most active in being an instrument for change. She's not just talking, she's walking. And all of these things I give honor to. And now to hear this young lady, is saying it in just a small little statement. And she was just a post that some other host had used on his particular show, and he was able to use it quite well, but he was not able to articulate solutions because he's still connected to a capitalist system. And he did not, well, I won't say he didn't understand, but based upon his analogy in this particular instance, he didn't separate capitalism from the problem. And capitalism is the problem too. And anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure I'm going to say something else, but right now I want to put you on pause. I got to go close this door because it's cold air coming inside.